right? You can't just walk up to me and say one line and have me forever. You need to earn it, and you need to know that I have value and that there's more to me than just, you know, you approaching me in a bar. You need to earn my affection.
Right. So that's, I think it goes back to the time when we'll put out what you expect to get back. You know, if I come correct and come a certain way, then I'm going to attract that same type of man. And you know, my friends, it's interesting that you say that. We had a conversation. We stepped out of our comfort zone and went to a cigar bar while we were down in Atlanta. And I was like, we're all gonna walk up and approach or say hello to someone and see how that kind of changes the night. And so we were all sitting at this table, and I had just spoke to this guy at the end of the table, and I said, just after the night was over, I was like, if I had not said hello to you or spoken to you first, would you have spoken to me or talked to me? He was like, no, because you look like you were stuck up as shit. And I was like, all right, fine. And so yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. And we're very confident women. We, you know, have reached our goals, and we, you know, are very happy with where we are in life. And so I'm not going to walk with my head down. I'm very happy about who I am and what I have accomplished. And, you know, and I do agree there's some element, you know, and I told my girlfriends, if somebody comes up to you that you're not attracted to, you don't have to diss them. You don't have to give them that look. I mean, I would do the same thing if I get, you know, rejected enough times. What's the point? Right. So I think that's a very you know, I think that's a very fair comment. And I think, you know, times are changing, and you know, I'm a Christian, and a man that findeth a woman findeth a good thing, but you know, I think times are changing. You kind of have to adapt to that, and so making yourself a little bit more open and a little bit more, you know, putting yourself out there a little bit, I guess, I think is what's going to help.
But you want a man who is comfortable with a woman who can earn more than him and achieve more than him and still feel like a man. And if you are a man who can't feel that way, then I probably don't want you to be approaching me.
But I have to interject on that one. So the reason I have to interject on that is because sometimes, and more often than not now, especially these days, women are becoming so successful and career oriented, and they get their things together. They are forgetting the key goal of being how to be a woman, and it's not about letting a man be a man, because he was born a male, but he may not be a man, right? But you can suppress his tendencies to become a man by your overconfidence. Like, say for instance, in my book I mentioned the helpful woman, right? You have a jar. You can open it. Of course you can. But you give it to him, it's like, babe, can you open this? That gives him purpose. It makes him feel like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that's something I can do. You know what? I'm going to go wash the car. But instead of coming home with the car pressed and polished, you know, every day, you're not giving him an opportunity to be, or to develop into the man that you need. Because you are always handling everything. Or you're always putting forth, hey, look, we going to the mall, and after we leave the mall, we're going to stop by, I know you don't like eating there, but you can find something, you know, all of that. Because you guys have your mind made up of what you want to do, and sometimes you don't allow the man to lead.
But sometimes you feel like you have to do that because the man doesn't.
You should never feel like you have to. If the person that you are with is not at that level to where he opens doors, or you're not at the level to let him open the door, don't walk in. If you're going out with him, walk in. He'll get in. Like, what's wrong with you? If you're not at the point where you are ready to be treated like a lady, and you're just saying, forget it, I'll just do it myself, then you're never going to find a man who's going to be that man to do that.
I think that even though I am capable of washing my car and opening my own doors, I don't think I have to always let the guy open my door for me in order to make him feel like a man, right?
You don't always have to let him. However, if he is of the caliber in which I think that you're looking for, he's going to want to do it. And he's going to scold you when you don't let him do it. He's going to be like, hey, why you open the door? What's wrong with you? It's not your job. That's my job. My job is to open the door. Your job is to bag the trash. My job is to take it out.
I don't think that takes away from me being a successful, independent, smart woman.
I'm very old school too. I mean, I'm 28, but please call me. Don't text me. Don't poke me on social media. Like, that's just not my thing. And so I just think it's hard because I think we are coming to this age of online dating because everybody's busy and that is what is efficient. And so I think it's very hard for our generation where we're like, well, I'm not quite at the, you know, you're just kind of caught in the middle and I don't know.
Actually,
think guys are approaching more online because I get a lot of, oh, I was looking at you in high school, but I didn't scared to say something, but you're messaging me now. It's like,
Well, see,
that's what it's
I was
coming
about
to.
to say. I think that the non-physical approach is more popular because it's less rejection.
That's what I was.
If you don't respond, I don't care.
Right.
I
got
really
20
didn't-
other
really
things.
never
Nobody
messaged
else.
you.
Right.
No
So,
investment in it.
right, that's
When
not-
you
I'm
go
not
up to
invested.
someone, when you go up to someone in person and they reject you, then you have to turn
Right.
around and you have to hold your face a certain
Exactly.
way,
Right.
and you're with your friends and you have something to lose.
Right.
But if you swipe someone and they don't swipe you back, you have nothing to lose.
You have-
You're
you
still in
have
your
nothing.
pajamas in bed and it doesn't matter.
Right.
You're not wasting any money on the
But
date.
I have asked someone that I have matched with on social media, if we were in a bar, would you have talked to me? And they're like, I don't know.
You know, they see that confidence and they withdraw. Now, if you were the girl in the middle of the floor dancing real loosely, you would get approached. You know, but if you look
It's
like
because you seem easy.
right,
Yeah.
if
I ain't
you
gotta really work
yeah, you don't
for
have to,
that.
they don't have to do a whole bunch of work for that woman that's out there giving it all up.
Not so much in your appearance now. It's in, like, all right, I'm giving you an example. If I walked in this bar right now and I wasn't in this room already, because I'm me, I would scan the whole room and I would look and I would make an evaluation about each person in the room. Now, if I found something interesting in this room, I would make a point to make my way in this room or find out what's going on in this room, right? Because there's too many of y'all in one room. There ain't enough of us. So but that's me. But the average man who walks in here and sees this crowd, they might stand right here and try to listen. They're not coming in here because they think they're gonna be attacked. Because seriously, y'all are vicious when y'all on y'all rampage. Now when y'all on y'all soapbox, you're vicious, right? And one man in one room with full of women that's not confident is gonna get destroyed. And if he already know he's a little weak, he's not gonna come in this room because he knows better. I'm not gonna walk into the bullet. I'm gonna wait my time. Now, what if y'all break off from the pack? Might say something. Then they're gonna decide which one of you is the one they can say the most to and not get rejected.
It wouldn't be Rachel.
Why?
It wouldn't be Rachel. It wouldn't be Rachel initially. You would have to use somebody else to get to Rachel. Right? You gotta use one of these two. You gotta use these two to get to Rachel. Like you might come up and you'll say something. What's your name?
Sharon.
You come up and you say something to Sharon. You're like, hi Sharon, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Such such such. Da, da, da,
That's
da.
why I had to
Now,
start approaching you.
now in your conversation, you're talking to Sharon, but you're hoping that whoever you're really more interested in is listening. I know it's ugly, but it's true. Because we do. It's true. It's ugly, but it's true. It's ugly, but it's true. And then,
That is something.
right. And then,
I saw that movie. It's a cute movie too.
right. And then what happens is, over the period of the conversation, everybody comes more engaged. Because now I'm talking to you, but it's all three of y'all there. So now I'm engaging her, But now it's mellowed out because you seem interested. So now they're listening to what's going on. So they're more interested. And so now you're able to have a conversation with everyone and not just one person. But for me to walk with you like, hey, you want a drink? It's not going to work. The whole crew is going to be like, nah, she good, we got our own. because that's how it is. I mean, I know they say that men are pack animals, but women are very pack creatures, right? Y'all go to the bathroom together. Y'all hold each other's hand. Look, girl, let's act like we gay because we don't want him to say nothing. And walk past. All that. Y'all do all those things to us, and then you blame us for going. I ain't gonna talk to them. Okay. Technically, we do think it through because we're logical thinkers. We're not normally prone to acting off emotion. However, in our thinking, sometimes our thinking is flawed, right? Because we tend to think that we know what a person is communicating to us rather than asking what a person is truly communicating to us. And that flaws our thinking pattern. Like, for instance, you say, baby, what you want to do tonight? Very simple question, right? Now, in my logical mind, I'm thinking, well, she always like going to Browsers, or we might, oh no, you want to go to Browsers? The first answer was his real answer. He don't know. The second answer was a suggestion to you because that he knows that's your favorite spot to eat. Instead of just saying, well, I want to go to Burger King. We don't do that. You know why we don't do that? because it is our nature to tend to cater to what our woman likes, because how they say happy wife, happy life, it's also true in the dating world. If we are always abrasive when we do things or when we say things, you're going to start to do this. And eventually you're just going to glide apart. We're not prone to emotional acts. So as a physical person, when we see something physically, we're like, look. And if that physical nature of that particular person is different from what we have, and if we already have a particular situation going on in the relationship we have, we're like this. We end up in that corner. You know why we end up in that corner? Because most of the time, the way that we end up in that corner is we allow that female to get into our personal space.
Okay, think if I let this other woman into my personal space, but I really know I love that woman over there, how is it going to affect? Why don't they think that through?
Because we as men, and I say we because I'm prone to it too sometimes, is that we were not genetically designed to only have one. So in our mind, that's a choice. It's a choice. It is a choice. Yes, you were. You were designed. You listen seriously. Okay, look, we gonna get deep now because I'm gonna help you out. All right, check this out. Check this out. Men are physically built to populate the earth, and she knows this. Populate the earth. We never because you're sitting there listening, waiting to pounce, and I gotta be ready. All right, this is what I'm saying. We are genetically designed to propagate our whole entire lives. You not. You have a time limit. And men are also less likely to be so emotionally attached that if an opportunity came to propagate over here or procreate over here, that's what they're going to do. I only want this one woman. And in every other culture besides westernized culture, men are allowed to have more than one wife. If a woman surpasses her age to bear children, he is no longer supposed to have sex with her. He's supposed to pick somebody else that is able to bear children. Because every time he enters her, he's supposed to be trying to make a baby. We recreate, but you're going to be procreating. But it's so true. It's so true. It's so true. And you better stop, because you know I know. Okay? Now, but the thing is,
I feel like humans have evolved.
They have, and they haven't. You know, the reason I say they haven't evolved.
Like humans have evolved.
When we became Homo sapiens.
You know why they haven't evolved? This is why I'm gonna tell you why they haven't evolved. Every person in this room, every person, that includes me, every person in this room has cheated. Watch this. Now, all the people that send their mind, I never done anything wrong. I never cheated. Remember 3 weeks ago when you had lunch with Bill and you and Bill were just talking over situations, things going on, and then the next week y'all had lunch again and started out down, you was giving up information? That's a form of cheating. Because that familiarity breeds contempt over time. Bill may not be tomorrow's man. He might be 5-year man down the line because y'all had that comfortableness when y'all were having lunches together. That laid the groundwork for what happened 5 years later. Oh, I saw you on Facebook, and I remember when we used to work together. Wait. You're in a relationship. I said everyone that's in here that's in a relationship has cheated.
So the person was in a relationship and then still had the lunch with Bill.
Yeah. How many lunches you had when you had a boyfriend?
None, because I don't do that.
I don't do that either.
Good. Now see, y'all are the exception to the rule.
Because I need to do whatever's gonna make my man comfortable, and then that show as hell ain't gonna make my man comfortable.
Exactly.
I don't do that.
Exactly. And
well, you own a business though.
No. She's talking about friendly lunch.
Oh, you have friendly lunch.
See what I'm saying? Listen what I'm saying.
Unless you were related to me, you are not a necessity to me as a friend if I have a boyfriend.
And that.
You know what I mean? It comes down to whether you believe that a woman and a man can be friends without being romantically interested.
Right, and I believe
and let me say this, like I have guy friends, and there's a lot of them I'm not physically attracted to them. I could hang out with them every day for years, and I still would not want to.
What about the ones that you are physically attracted to?
But that's different.
Right. Again,
that's different.
Being in those close proximities, that one moment.
And it's also about what makes your partner comfortable. And I wouldn't necessarily be doing it because I can't be their friend, and I don't think that men and women can't be friends. I don't want to give any anybody the thought that there is weakness, like, oh, look at her going out with this.
There's tension in the ranks. Right.
We are united front, always
Right.
and forever. And so I don't want you to think that I'm going out with this man who is just my friend. I know that, and he knows that, but that woman over there don't know that.
Right.
And so you're not coming to try my man because you think that there is a break in the no.
Right.
No.
Benefits.
Oh.
Benefits. We know that title.
Man.
Preach on.
Oh, this like my soapbox right here. It is, I swear to God. So, okay, why do we want the benefits without actually committing to it? It goes back to my recent statement about how men are genetically designed.
About polygamy.
About polygamy.
About polygamy.
It's not about polygamy. We need you. Okay, it's about that we want all the benefits that we can get from that one woman, but when it comes down to committing to that one woman, most men don't have it in them. And the reason they don't have it in them is because they are still exploring it, because we're visual. Again, we're very physical and very visible, ladies. And I think that women forget that. If you, in this room, if you go home and you ask your significant other, look, I want you to write down 5 things that you love about me. I promise you, all 5 of them are going to be physical. If he asks you the same question, you're going to say, I like the way he takes care of me. I think he's very loving. All your things are going to be emotional. We're not built on emotion. We get there, but it's difficult to get us there. And while we're enjoying the spoils of getting there, like I used to tell people, and this is, just me being silly, I used to tell women, I want to be your intendant. And they were like, what the hell is that? What's an intendant? I intend on doing everything up to the point of marriage. And they go, well, that's not what I'm looking for. I said, I know, everybody's chasing the ring. But the whole thing is, the person who's chasing the ring is never really probably not going to get it. And when they do get it, they're not going to be satisfied with it because that's all their focus is. Enjoy it and walk me down the aisle. Don't rush. When you guys start nesting or get into that nesting mode, you stop being sexy. You start coming to bed with them cotton things you bought from Walmart that don't nobody like. And you go to the mailbox like that, you look, imagine this. You're driving up. I'm going to role reverse here. You're driving up. Now you married a stud of a guy, you thought he was great, very handsome, very good looking, or you dating him or whatever, and you roll up and you see him looking the most awfulest way you possibly can out in public. Now your girlfriend across the street, who you talk to every day and have wine and cheese with in the evenings and y'all sit out on the porch and talk or whatever, she sees him looking this way. How you feel? That's how we feel when you go to the store with your head tied up and not presentable. When you go outside with the pajama pants on, we feel the same way. Men are very, very sensitive to how their friends view the woman they with. As a group, he'll tell you, as a group, if we bring you around our friends, it's to find out what they're going to say. And if they say a whole bunch of negative stuff, we look at you differently. I didn't even see that. Let me look at her again. What did she do? Or if they catch you outside looking unpresentable. Man, I see your woman, she had on some slides, going through Walmart, even though she was in there getting something for you that you needed.
If a woman approaches you, does a man assume she's interested in sex?
8 times out of 10, yes.
That's my question.
That's because we're physical.
So
I'm serious.
really,
Listen.
When you approach
we just say, hey, we talk to you, you think, oh, she want it.
I was trying to listen to what she was saying. What you think
I said, so if a woman come up and be like, hey, how you doing? We talk. Y'all think, oh, she want it.
In the male brain, let me tell you something. In the male brain, when you walk over to us and you say, hey, how you doing? I was just that. We're instantly thinking you're interested. And because we're physical, we're instantly thinking about the booty. Okay?
So are you thinking about that when you walk up to me? So does it matter?
It matters. It matters depending on if you are attracted to. Like a woman could walk up to him and he's not attracted. He doesn't have the same thought process.
Okay.
His thought process changes to whatever it is she's trying to say, and hurry on up and go. Right?
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if there is a mutual attraction. If you walk up to me, is that the same thought? Like 8 times out of 10.
If man walks up to you I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth, because I tend not to lie to women who tell you the truth. 10 times out of 10, he's just trying to figure out what steps he's gonna take to get to the booth. Do I need to take
Okay,
her
so
out
it doesn't
twice?
matter if at least when I approach, it's 8 out of 10.
It's 8
Right.
out of 10.
You
It's
got
8 out of
20%
10.
chance
Right.
that he's not
That
getting
is
out
not.
the booth.
But
Oh,
But
okay.
if he does
If
the
he-
approaching,
if he doesn't approach it, his mind is set on what step do I need to take
Good for me
to
to know.
get to this
Good information.
it is good.
And this is the thing though, and this is the other thing I tell women all the time when I have my seminars. I tell women all the time, everybody sells sex. Everybody sells it. And everybody buys it. If we need milk in the refrigerator, and we need bread, we need eggs, we need to do this, we both want to eat, but maybe I'm not hungry today. Right? You need gas in your car, you need this. But baby, well, you didn't put no gas in my car. So guess what? Maybe the sex is not going to be that great tonight. But guess what? If I come in with the flowers and I did this, I did that. Well, I'm just saying, it's just how y'all do. Women in general use their sex appeal to try to control or manipulate the relationship. It's historically across the books, the manipulation
Wait a minute,
part of the
Sicario.
sex.
Sicario.
I know she said she told me.
Yeah, I want to.
Because it's true.
Tell me why you agree.
You agree with that?
Stop being
I was
No, I'm
married
asking.
20 years and I totally used sex to get what I wanted all the time.
Did you?
Y'all do all the time. And we so dumb sometimes we fall for it.
That's fair.
But no, it's not fair. I don't let sex ruin me. Like for instance, let's say for instance everything's
I don't
going.
think I do that.
Everything is going.
I do think I manipulate in other ways,
You
but
do manipulate. You manipulate. Okay.
Woo.
So here's the thing.
I think there's a lot of judgments on me tonight. I just want to call that to people's attention.
I ride bikes, right? So my thing is, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, I tell her quick. If it's the day that I ride my bike, I don't care what you offer me, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. If right then, that moment, you want to drop it and get right here, and I'm on my way out the door to get the bike, guess what I'm gonna do?
Get on the bike.
People who know me, I'm going to get on the bike. And when I come back, if it's still warm, we do what we gotta do. Now you could have said anything else. The house was on
I feel
fire.
like you just self-contradicted a little bit, right? So like, let's say your main intention was riding the bike, and like that's good, and that it shouldn't deter you. What if her main intention was getting dinner done, and you came in the house middle of the day and like the previous example?
Right.
Right? Now
I'm
here's
just
the
saying,
deal.
right? We all have our
Here's
goals.
the
We
deal.
all have the things that we're trying
Right.
to do. So she was wrong for not
No,
wanting to
I'm
drop
gonna
it
give
like
you-
it's
I'm gonna
hot
give
while
you-
the husband was hot.
Here's my support. I
But
never
when
say
your
anything
bike
without
is
support.
ready and it's sunny out,
It don't even
and,
gotta
you
be
know,
sunny.
the bike
It's just
lane's
that
open,
day.
you wrong for that.
No, wait.
Exactly.
I never say anything without being able to defend or support what I say.
Apparently not like it.
Here's the deal.
South City.
At the onset of the relationship, when we're getting that first 90 days of of crazy, you got the first 30 days, okay, I'm still in this, then the next 60 days, okay, then at 90 you like, all right, boom. Within that time period, I tell you straight up, I ride bikes. This is what I do every Sunday. Don't interfere with it. That's my time. That's what I do. And at that point, now you ain't never said don't come home and lunch and try to get it. So there's no point in me doing that. But I make it very clear that I ride bikes. Do I not?
Two questions that are similar. Do you need to have sex with the guy on the first night, and what do you think about sex on the first night? So obviously, two people had
Do you
the
need
same
to have sex
question.
with a guy on the first night? Absolutely not. You don't have to. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the other thing with us guys. Like I said,
to
we're
rephrase that question to better be suited. You know, as grown people, stuff. Okay, we go on a date. You know, let's say we have a glass of wine, a couple glasses of wine. I mean, these are scenarios, these are real life scenarios, and you know, you feeling each other. So, should you? I think the question in women's mind is, should you?
I'm gonna say this.
Should I not? I kind of want it, but I
But
kind of
I'ma say-
don't
I'ma
want
say
to
this.
set myself up.
It depends on what your goal is with that person that you're with. Okay, as a man, we want it, but we don't expect to get it. Now, if we do, it's great. However, it lessens your
I was gonna say,
value.
do we set ourselves up?
You lessen your value because you gave it up so quickly. Now, I'm not saying hold it for 2-3 weeks, because that's gonna change it up too. Right, that's gonna change it up too.
He said, no,
Right, weeks. I said weeks. I know
I
it's
think you meant months.
No, I did not.
I think you
gonna keep you on the wire, but guess what I'm gonna be doing while I'm not
Messing
with
with
you?
somebody else, right? And I understand why
I'ma
you're
keep
saying
myself
because
level
if
until
date
you ready.
somebody consistently and
I was
stuff
ready
like that,
then. You ain't ready then.
you wanna
I promise you.
Is
there's
that you
other people-
speaking from?
No, that's me.
I'm what?
That's me speaking for 85% of men in the world.
The person's not there just for that. You want to make sure that they know you and like you,
You
and
ain't
not
got
just
to hold
want
it.
it.
So you alone.
how do you know the person like you?
But I can be real ugly too. He might not find that out till the 3rd month when he pisses me off.
But look, I
But
don't
see,
feel so
you-
bad about it if I'm hitting. I'll be like, okay.
As a person that has a healthy sexual appetite, because I do, I just own it. But my thing is, 2 weeks though, I'm probably wanting it at 2 weeks, but I still feel like maybe you can comment on this, that there's a certain point that the guy is going to, like the value thing.
We
And
lose
so-
interest after a certain length of time. As guys.
Okay.
Because we're
Okay.
physical, mentally set up to be like, you know, if she's feeling me, but every time I try to do something, she act crazy. You start to look, your value starts to lessen, and then Flossie, who's saying, shoot, you can get this right now. He gonna get it.
The woman gives it up after the 2 or 3 weeks. Now, how do you tell the difference between that guy who's just like, oh, I got it, I'm done, bye, and that guy who's like, okay, I got it, I like her. And
Because the guy who's not invested,
Where
meaning that he's invested in you,
They're
and he
expecting
just,
to sleep.
you know, he really wanted to be physical with you, to bond with you that way, he's gonna treat you different. That hit it, you're gonna know. The thing about you guys that y'all always are clouded about is you looking at guys through your emotions, not through what he really is. You're not listening to what he's saying.
Right.
You're not listening to the words that he's telling you. You're just basing it on how you feel, not what he's saying. Because in his actions, he's telling you that I'm a 5-minute guy, I just want to hit it and quit it. And everything he's saying, no, through what he's saying, you're just not listening to him because you're emotionally invested. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? Because you're looking at him through your emotions, you're not looking at him through what
can you
he's
give an
saying.
example of what
Okay,
he might
here's an
say?
example. Here's an example. I say, I ride motorcycles every Sunday. You hear that, but in your mind, you're saying, well, one of these Sundays, you're going to lay in bed, you're going to do whatever. And so when that Sunday comes that you want to lay in bed, and I get up and leave anyway, now you're mad because you didn't listen to what I said. You only emotionally saw what I do.
We can change something.
Absolutely.
that was single you, and now you've made a lot of concessions.
Right, now you have decided to join in this relationship with someone,
Right.
so you have to make certain concessions
Right,
and sacrifices
and I'm not
for
saying
your
you don't.
partner to feel comfortable and for your partner to be
And I
happy.
don't say that you don't.
And I'm not going to ask you as your partner to make concessions all the time, but the one time that I do, the one time that I want the nookie in the afternoon, I think you should give it to me because
Right.
we are partners and you have
And-
decided once we got together that you're going to make sacrifices for each
And
other.
that compromise,
Yeah.
and that compromise does work. Now, again, you're not listening to the whole statement. I ride motorcycles on Sunday all day. Sunday is my day to do what I want. Maybe that Sunday is not, I don't want to ride. I want you. Just depends on, it's my day to do what I want.
Okay.
So, if you come at me with that day, and that's exactly what I want, guess what? I'm still going to ride, but I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to jump on the bike.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
It's true. That's how it works. But you have to have the understanding that we as men don't always tell you guys the truth because we don't want you looking at us like I can't even say that. And y'all do that. And that's why most men don't open up to their woman. But Flossie over here, she don't get to that one, I say. Because all she wants is what I'm bringing. And she ain't into a whole bunch of nagging conversation because she said, look, 2-3 hours you done? See ya.
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? When he get home, he ain't got to deal with that. He has a whole other parameter of things to deal with. And that's why he goes over there because it's comfortable. I ain't got to do no talking.
Well, that I don't dispute.
Right.
I think that's fair. I agree with that. I believe
But the goal is to have all of that in one place. The balance of having Flossie and White in the same vibe.